My name is Sho Endo. I was the most plain-looking, unremarkable man in the company. But for the past year, I'd been secretly in love with Akari Shinohara, who worked at the reception desk. Shinohara-san was elegant, kind, and the most popular person in the company. Truly a flower on a high peak. I thought someone like me had no chance with her, but I believed that at least falling in love was free. Yeah, just falling in love. Endo, you like Akari-chan from reception, don't you? Huh? What are you talking about? One day, during break time, Watanabe-kun, a colleague I found difficult because of his domineering attitude, somehow guessed the feelings I thought I'd kept secret. Huh? You think no one can tell? You're always staring at Akari-chan whenever you pass by reception. That's not... Your face is bright red and you're all flustered. It's so obvious. Indeed, I was completely thrown off by his sudden accusation about my unrequited love, and my face had turned embarrassingly red. Please keep this a secret. I gathered my courage and pleaded with Watanabe-kun, but there was no way someone who was already particularly mean to me would grant my wish. Endo, go confess to Akari-chan. Confess? No. We should get back to work. You too, Watanabe-kun. Let's get back to work. Just go do it. You're always going on about work this, work that. Love matters in the workplace too, you know. Besides, you're way too rigid. The boss isn't even watching us. Trust me and go seize your happiness, okay? I just want to work quietly. I was honestly annoyed at being suddenly pushed to confess, but Watanabe-kun just kept grinning no matter what I said. He's not gonna budge until I go confess. Oh, what should I do? My bad luck began when Watanabe-kun discovered my feelings. I guess I have no choice but to go. Shinohara-san is kind, so even if she rejects me, she won't say anything hurtful. Because Watanabe-kun was so persistent, I reluctantly went to confess to Shinohara-san. But what I faced was an unbelievable reality.
Huh? Did you just confess to me?
For a moment, I couldn't understand what she was saying. The elegant, kind, most popular Shinohara-san grimaced dramatically as she looked at me. This happened right after I went to her during break time, and made an extremely cliché confession. I like you. Please go out with me? Yeah. Did I just hear things? I was standing there in shock, but Shinohara-san piled on even more.
You've got to be joking. You want to date me? And who are you, anyway?
I'm Endo Sho from the business department.
I didn't ask you to introduce yourself. You're annoying.
Huh? Oh, this is so unreasonable. I only gave my name because she asked who I was. Wait, Shinohara-san is completely different from my image of her. I thought she was elegant, but she's just plain intimidating. Shinohara-san laughed mockingly at my confusion.
Ugh, this is the worst. Being confessed to by some nobody background character. It lowers my status. Let's pretend this never happened. I'm not the kind of person who talks to background characters.
Shinohara-san looked down on me completely before quickly walking away. So Shinohara-san was that kind of person. It seems the elegant, kind Shinohara-san I'd been watching all this time was just an illusion. I stood there in shock, stunned by her unexpectedly arrogant personality and the harsh words she had just said to me. Aw, you got rejected. Watanabe-kun. At that moment, Watanabe-kun, who had been watching from the shadows, appeared before me. With a snicker he couldn't hold back, he burst out laughing. Did you know Shinohara-san's personality and deliberately push me into this? What are you talking about? That was unfortunate. To think your beloved Akari-chan would say it's gross to be confessed to by a speck like you. She didn't say it like that. In front of the grinning Watanabe-kun, my unrequited love crashed down with a thunderous noise. The day after my confession, which received a shocking response from Shinohara-san, an even more terrible thing awaited me when I arrived at the office. He confessed to Shinohara-san, that Endo guy who you can barely tell is there?
That's totally impossible. Endo's doing things way above his station.
Huh? Is everyone gossiping about me? And they know I confessed to Shinohara-san? I frantically looked at Watanabe-kun, but he quickly averted his eyes. The only person who knew I confessed to Shinohara-san was Watanabe-kun. Could it be that he... At that moment, I noticed Shinohara-san passing by the sales department, looking at me with a smirk. Wait, did Shinohara-san spread this rumor? Then, Watanabe-kun approached me with a grin. Hey, what are you doing? What do you mean? Watanabe-kun, you're the one who pushed me to confess to Shinohara-san. Did I say something like that? Uh-huh. It's sad when someone blames others for being rejected. I'm not blaming... You got rejected because of your personality. Your confession scene was so terrible that it's become a rumor around the office. After being told all this, I was completely misunderstood by everyone as being a delusional guy who confessed, got rejected, and then lashed out.
Kun is the worst. I heard he one-sidedly confessed to Shinohara-san and then said he'd show up at her house if she didn't go out with him.
I definitely don't want to date someone who says things like that.
Everyone is completely misunderstanding me. Of course I never said anything like that to Shinohara-san. But as I stood there at a loss, Shinohara-san herself approached me and said,
Good morning.
Good morning. Shinohara-san, who came to us, showed no trace of yesterday's mean-spirited attitude. She was the kind and elegant Shinohara-san I had been secretly in love with. I was flustered when...
I actually need to talk to Watanabe-kun.
Uh-huh. Then, Watanabe-kun whispered in my ear as I stood there dumbfounded. Forgot to tell you, but Akari-chan and I are dating. Huh? Then why did you tell me to confess to her? Because I was bored. Plain guys like you should just quietly stay in the corner of the company. No. So it seems I had been set up. After my confession, Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san had been spreading malicious rumors about me throughout the company. As a result, I was laughed at and looked down upon by others. I was already living with a narrow mind, but now it became even harder to stay at the company. What should I do? I never thought things would turn out like this. I can't stay at the company anymore. Just as my mind went blank, a woman in a suit appeared in front of Watanabe-kun and me.
What are you doing? We're in the middle of work hours.
Section Chief Yaguchi, I'm sorry. Her name was Shoka Yaguchi, and she had just transferred to our company this spring as our supervisor. But... Look, the plane squad is here again. Hey, Watanabe-kun, what are you saying? I'm just stating facts. Indeed, Section Chief Yaguchi had her hair pulled back tightly and wore glasses. Her expression was stern and she barely spoke to anyone, giving off a plain impression. But I was annoyed by Watanabe-kun's disrespectful attitude toward our supervisor, Section Chief Yaguchi. You can say whatever you want about me, but that's no way to speak to a supervisor. Huh? What are you saying? You trying to look cool now? You going after her next? No, that's not it. I got angry because you said something extremely rude. I was upset, but Watanabe-kun, who completely looked down on me, just kept grinning and wouldn't listen to anything I said. Next to him, Shinohara-san was also looking down on me and laughing where others couldn't see. I was shocked by being made fun of these two when...
Oh, my Endo-kun is so kind. I certainly can't be crushed in a place like this.
Section Chief? With those words, Section Chief Yaguchi removed her glasses and let her hair down. Huh?
She's beautiful.
In an instant, Section Chief Yaguchi transformed into an incredibly beautiful woman. Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san, who witnessed this, as well as the surrounding employees, were all stunned.
I've always been told my appearance is too flashy, so when I transferred as a supervisor, I deliberately made myself look plain to give a more serious impression. But it seems I overdid it.
That Section Chief Yaguchi is such a beauty.
No way.
While Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san were bewildered, Section Chief Yaguchi approached me. She said to me, who was also frozen in surprise,
I think Endo-kun is wonderful.
Huh? Wonderful?
You're serious about your work, always diligent and sincere. I have a good eye for these things, you know.
Wow, that makes me happy. I've always lived quietly in a corner of the office. Even when I achieved good results, I was compared to more flamboyant people and never got my moment in the sun. I couldn't help but blush. Seeing me like that, Section Chief Yaguchi smiled kindly.
I need to get back to reception.
Wait, Akari-chan. Shinohara-san left, looking frustrated for some reason, and Watanabe-kun hurriedly chased after her. I never imagined Section Chief Yaguchi would say she thinks someone like me is wonderful. Or maybe she just quickly defended me in that situation. Either way, it made me happy. I returned to work with a pounding heart. The next day, the office was buzzing again.
Hey, did you see that Section Chief Yaguchi is such a beauty? I had no idea.
I know, she might be the most beautiful in the company. Yeah, Section Chief Yaguchi is the best. That adult charm. I wouldn't mind being scolded by such a beauty. Section Chief Yaguchi is really popular now. I can understand why. She was plain before, but turned out to be such a beautiful person. As I headed to my desk, watching everyone around me become captivated by Section Chief Yaguchi. Uh-huh? Shinohara-san?
Endo-kun, I need to talk to you.
Somehow, I was being ambushed by Shinohara-san. No way! Shinohara-san ambushing me like this? What kind of strange wind is blowing?
Listen, you like me, right? Go out with me.
Huh? Me and Shinohara-san? Why suddenly? I was startled by her abrupt words. Then Watanabe-kun, who overheard Shinohara-san's confession to me, was also shocked. Dating Endo? What are you saying, Akari-chan?
You already like me, right? But right now, I prefer Endo-kun.
What? Why, suddenly... Shinohara-san, you rejected me, right? And you said some pretty terrible things, too. But Shinohara-san showed me the charming smile I used to love and said...
I was just playing hard to get. I actually like Endo-kun all along, but I was embarrassed.
Would you say that even when you're embarrassed? Blushing and fidgeting before me, Shinohara-san left Watanabe-kun even more stunned.
Come on, let's date, because you like me, right?
Shinohara-san pressed in on me dreamily, but no, I'm no longer interested in you. I rejected her firmly.
No longer interested? What do you mean?
What do you mean? When I confessed to you, you said all sorts of terrible things and rejected me, right?
I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, you did. You said you didn't want to date me, that's a joke, and being confessed to by some nobody background character that you can barely tell is there. It's fine to reject someone's confession, but I don't think you should say it like that. When I said this with a serious face, Shinohara-san turned pale. Plus, when I came to work the next day, rumors about my confession were spreading. You even made up lies saying I threatened if you don't go out with me, I'll show up at your house. And I never said such a thing.
That was Watanabe-kun spread those rumors.
Huh? Me? No, that was both of us.
I know nothing about it, and yet you blame me? That's terrible!
Shinohara-san even started fake crying, but I was no longer hesitant. Anyway, I'm no longer interested in Shinohara-san, not even a little bit.
Wait, you said it twice! Why?
Isn't it obvious? After being rejected so harshly and then having all sorts of rumors spread about me in the office and seeing the person herself smirking while looking at me. Most importantly, I was shocked to discover that Shinohara-san, who thought I was kind, was actually incredibly arrogant. I was honestly quite shocked. There's no way I could like Shinohara-san again after all that. As I answered dejectedly, the people around us started mumbling.
Wait, was that rumor false?
If it was a lie, that's terrible.
Watanabe-kun turned pale at the surrounding whispers, but Shinohara-san seemed completely furious and glared at me.
Huh? What are you saying? A plain guy like you has no right.
A plain guy has no right?
Shut up! Besides, the fact that an invisible background character like you can even talk to me should be considered a miracle, no?
She finally showed her true colors, making arrogant statements in front of everyone. The people around us were shocked by her behavior.
Hey, Watanabe, say something too!
Well, this is... Watanabe-kun seemed at a loss for words, perhaps because he was suddenly pulled into the conversation.
It's really annoying. Men who get full of themselves, how dare you even confess to me?
That's because Watanabe-kun kept pushing me to confess and I couldn't refuse.
I don't care. It's ridiculous that someone like me, a wonderful woman, would be confessed to by someone like you. You can't even do your job properly.
Huh? I can't do my job properly? I was shocked by this sudden insult.
Can't do their job? Who?
But at that moment, Section Chief Yuguchi, who had apparently been listening to this exchange, stepped between Shinohara-san and me.
What are you two doing instead of working? Learn from Endo-kun. Huh? Learn from him?
Section Chief Yuguchi praised me again. I was deeply moved, but Shinohara-san and Watanabe-kun, who had always looked down on me, were upset at being told to learn from me. They looked at each other and burst out laughing. It's impossible with this guy, Section Chief Yuguchi.
Impossible? Why is it impossible?
Because Endo is the most plain and unremarkable person in the company. Section Chief Yaguchi, you've just transferred from headquarters. You might not know, but this guy is so plain, you can barely tell if he's there. He's called Endo, the guy you can't even tell if he's there or not.
I guess he's famous in a way, isn't he?
Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san burst into laughter again. But Section Chief Yaguchi maintained a serious expression and said,
So what?
So what?
So what if he's plain and unremarkable? I'm telling you to learn from Endo-kun's work ethic. You two don't take your job seriously enough. Watanabe-kun, you spend every day barely working, looking down on others and making sarcastic remarks. If you want to relieve stress, do it somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
And Shinohara-san, you barely do your job at reception. You flirt with employees all day and make constant mistakes. I hear you get scolded by the general affairs manager every day. How do you know?
Section Chief Yaguchi mercilessly pointed out the daily failings of Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san, who had been laughing. I and the other employees could only watch with our mouths hanging open.
What do you two come to the company for? It doesn't seem like you're here to work.
We do work properly.
Yes, we're not slacking off. Your work attitudes have become an issue with upper management. What? An issue? Of course. Did you think the supervisors weren't watching?
Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san turned increasingly pale as Chief Yaguchi revealed the shocking truth.
The company has been too lax with education lately. It's concerning.
After saying this, Section Chief Yaguchi looked around at the sales department staff.
All of you, instead of spreading silly rumors, get to work. Endo-kun always prioritizes work no matter what. Yet you all just gossip. I'm not asking you to overwork yourselves, but please at least do the work you're paid for.
Yes, ma'am.
At Section Chief Yaguchi's words, everyone straightened their backs. Section Chief Yaguchi was said to be plain and unremarkable when she first arrived, but she'd been watching the employees carefully.
Endo-kun?
Yeah.
You, in particular, never engage in idle talk and always face your work seriously and steadily complete it. Your interactions with clients are also excellent. You're actually highly regarded.
Really? Is that so?
Your previous supervisor doesn't seem to have properly evaluated your strengths. I'll mention it to management. Look forward to your next evaluation.
Yes, thank you very much. Being recognized for my work for the first time, I felt happier than ever before. Later, when the personal evaluations came out, Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san received the lowest ratings from their respective supervisors. Given that they had been neglecting their work, they were further reprimanded, and the fact that Shinohara-san was easily rejected by me, along with their unprofessional rumors, became known throughout the company.
Hey, did you hear? That receptionist Shinohara was rejected by Endo-kun from the sales department.
What? Wasn't Endo-kun famous for being so plain you could barely tell if he was there?
But I heard his personal evaluation was really good this time. He might be the company's top rising star.
Huh? Is that what they're saying about me?
And you know what? Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san broke up.
That worst couple in the company? I'm glad they broke up.
Meanwhile, it seems Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san, who'd been dating, broke up after this whole incident because things became awkward between them.
Those two were terrible, saying nasty things to people around them, interfering with work, pulling others down.
And this time their evaluations were the lowest and they got reprimanded.
That's only natural. They weren't doing any work at all.
Unable to bear the rumors, Watanabe-kun and Shinohara-san eventually quit the company.
Endo-kun? No, Section Chief Endo. You've improved your performance again. That's amazing.
Department Head Yaguchi, it's all thanks to your guidance. Under the guidance of the hardworking Department Head Yaguchi, I continued to improve my performance and got promoted. I transformed from being the company's #1 unremarkable man to the #1 high-performing man.
Hey,
Department Head?
to celebrate your promotion, would you like to go out for drinks tonight? Just the two of us?
Just the two? I'd love to. After that, Department Head Yaguchi and I, who had feelings for each other, began dating.
Wasn't that lovely? Like and subscribe for more videos. See you again!